like I have heard a lot of music in my time, and one time in my life I just wandered in our small town, this bar, and I heard KITTO there, and it was just it wasn't a man and a guitar like you have heard the expression, but uh, KITTO has more balls than than like it's a whole new like what do you think like what how did you start?
I think, well, I've always been a big fan of rock, alternative rock, and I think my influences came from at a very young age. And I've been doing music since I was very small.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not a schooled musician, but I've just earned it through life, and just like
Yeah.
a lot of musicians do, they discover the craft along the way.
I love
And
that.
I think you earn it. It's like it's a big experience to play music. It's a real privilege, and not everybody does
I'm a
like a
big
school.
yeah. I'm a big fan of that, and
Yeah.
like what do you think about like nowadays they have these idols and those shows that bring up these talents who can sing, but actually after the show it's you don't hear for them like I think in Australia as well you have. Do you have
I
the
think yeah, I
yeah
think it's in every country really.
yeah you
Um,
know what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah, and you don't hear for them. They just are part of this. Uh,
The
I don't
talent,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
competition. I think it's much more of a it's a more of a performance based. How good
Yeah,
your
yeah.
voice is and so forth, and it's sincere, but it's more. I think you come from a different place when you're creative, when you're free and
Yeah.
creative. The performance is the creativity,
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than demonstrating your voice or demonstrating your skills. Somebody said to me a long time ago, always serve the song. Don't make the song
yeah.
come to you. You serve the song, not
I,
try to sort of demonstrate your voice or try to, like show your skills and things because it's the song, it's the value of the story and the experience that you bring to
yes,
a person, and when they
yes.
when they listen to it, it wakes something up inside of them and goes, that's me, that's what I connect with. And that's the reason why they love the song or the vocalist or the performer or something, because it's what it wakes up inside of them, it's what it makes them feel. And I think,
Feeling. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so I believe that when you commit yourself fully into a song, or you surrender to a song, you give it every energy, every depth of all you've got. So what, like for example, my voice does go quite deep, but it goes quite high.
Your
So
voice is
it's
amazing,
extreme, but
amazing. Like I just I get some kind of a high from your
oh,
voice,
okay.
like when you're on stage, and I will put clips right here. And and yeah, and but when you sing, it should, and it is like just you and the guitar. It is like it feels like when you're in the audience, it feels like there's this whole this big band uh, behind you, but it's all you have such an energy behind you, and the crispy voice.
I think,
Oh, that I
yeah.
don't know. Where does it come from? That
I think it's like I said, you just surrender yourself completely to the guitar, to
it's a
the
feeling.
song. It's a feeling, and you cover every like every nuance that you have. So, in other words, when you play the song and you play, like I think like a band. I don't think like a solo player. I think
Yeah.
what would the bass player do?
You
What would
just
the
let it
drummer do?
go.
Yeah, and I play a lot of rhythm. I'm a rhythm guitar player, and I went to a lot of drum clinics.
Yeah.
Like, and I trained
Yeah.
on the drum clinics more
Yeah.
so than a guitar. So I think like a drummer, play as guitar. Wish I was a bassist. I sing.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking there's a lot of irons in the fire when you're playing, sort of like an octopus trying to put it all together
Yeah.
and create. You're orchestrating a sound that serves the song. So every song is so unique, and this other secret I believe is not knowing the song too well. Like when I say not knowing, not getting over familiar. It's like a friendship. It's like you don't get you always be polite with it and get to know somebody, but don't get to know them too well because that creates a new energy each time. You know, you
I
always have
think I know
something for
what you mean.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same for the song. You don't discover it and make it like you don't discover it. You discover it, but you don't over. You don't. Overproduce the song or you
Yeah. Yeah.
don't
I
it's like a
exactly. I
friendship. You
know
don't get
exactly
over
what you mean.
familiar. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get over
Yeah.
familiar, so you keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And if you can take that same principle with the songs, with how you play, you never take it for granted. And it's like when you meet, for the first time, you just go, this is a really unique experience. This is a privilege. I think
Yeah.
that's what we,
Privilege
we
is the
need to
word. Yeah.
remember. Yeah, because playing music and playing to a fantastic audience like tonight, it's a privilege to be able to do that, to have that opportunity, because I know there's so many people that are, might be sitting in their bedrooms, would love to do this,
Yeah.
would love to just go out and just be free to express themselves. There's
What do you think? If I can stop you a bit, like, do you think people who are this way, like I know a lot of people who like to sing and all that. Uh, do they, in your opinion? Well, I know the answer to this, my opinion of this, but what's your opinion as an female artist and a solo artist? Like, do you have to? Do you prefer to reach for your dreams throughout like some show or do the hard work? You know what I mean? Like, do you if you like people who like to sing and or do do you what I'm trying to say. Sorry about my Finglish, but my
English. I
Finglish.
like that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the talent shows and the singing shows and
Personally, myself, I think that this is truth. I think everybody can sing. I think everyone can sing because it's a
yeah, yeah,
native
I
form
agree.
expression.
I
I
agree.
think some people are they're schooled in their singing, or they're great at what they do, but I don't believe that music should ever be a competition. I don't believe there should be competition because
I
people can
agree.
lose their
I agree
confidence.
exactly, but I
Yeah,
just wanted to hear it
yeah,
from
it's
you.
not.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not for me
It's not for
personally.
me either.
I never judge anyone, and I always tell anybody that's listening to another person to give them respect and not to criticize them, because this is it. This is who they are. This is how they express who they are. And when you criticize them and compare them with
Yeah.
talents and go, well, this
Yeah.
person's got a better voice than this one, I'm thinking, no, everybody can sing, but what have you got to say?
Yeah, I
What
totally
have you
agree.
got to say? And when you've got something to say, that makes people listen. You can sing as fantastic and have all the scales and all the tones and things in the world, but what you've got to say is what's going to connect with somebody. That's going to make that person want to listen to you. And some of the most amazing artists that I know haven't got the world's greatest voices, but they've got the spirit. They've got the X factor. Just
Bob
because,
Dylan,
exactly.
For example,
Take Leonard Cohen. I mean, that's as monotonal as you get, you know. Yet he tells the story.
It isn't about it, but is there what do you want to say with your music?
I think I experience that each time I perform. I never get tired of it. I'm always searching the zone. I always try to find that magic word that transforms you, or the person that you're singing to, or the audience that you're singing, connecting with. They are part of the journey as well.
Really great, like a performance and a connection with the people in the audience.
Thank you.
And it is just it, and when you sing, it feels on like I have arthritis, but I feel like it's cured when you when you sing. I can feel it in my spine. This is
that's really beautiful to hear.
It's not only with the singing, but it's not. It's also with how you perform and connect with the audience. It's quite unique, and.
I feel that when you be the best you can be, when you're free, when you allow yourself to be free, I think it gives other people permission to be free as well. They see somebody getting free, just doing their things. It's the same when you watch someone in sport, or the same as someone doing something that, you know, they're super proud of. They're proud of themselves. I think it gives people permission to be proud of participating themselves. There's not a competition in this world.
I know that.
That's why, to me, the freedom to express is one of the most beautiful things you can witness in a person when they're free, when they're not competing with anything.
And you are free, and it really can show. But I have to say I haven't seen anything like Jane KITTO live. Like
Thank you.
I have heard the man and the guitar preference in the past, and probably you have also, but the women and the woman and the guitar preference is not something you can hear. Like I'm a big fan of this. I also get a tattoo of this band. Have you heard about the Warning?
The Warning.
Yeah, from Mexico.
Actually, maybe.
Not yet. Not yet.
I don't know. There's so many. I mean, this is.
Yeah. I know. But the in rock and roll, I've been doing like these reaction videos, and I tumbled upon them, and like they did when they was like I think the player was like 6 years old,
Wow.
and the bass was like way higher.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
and the girls nowadays they did the record. They were in the what was it? Enter Sandman. They did.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it went viral, and that was 10 years ago. And now the girls are young women, and I've been following them, loving them since. But
No, I'll check them out for
yeah,
sure. I'll check it out.
yeah, you
Absolutely.
should, you should.
When you're
But
lucky enough to uncover a gem
but
like
what
that.
what do you like think about this like women in rock and roll, like nowadays it seems to me like this kind of thing where we're living in, and like it feels like yesterday when everything was like a man built. And,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what do you think about like female singers in rock and like
It's an interesting question because the female artists that I'm inspired by are not necessarily rock vocalists. They're completely different. It's a different backdrop altogether.
That's the
Like I like,
yeah. The most people think about the
yeah,
like the female sings in the choir,
yeah,
like that kind of
yeah.
thing. Sorry about the pronunciation.
No, that's okay. No, I find that rock music or like I don't follow a lot of female performers. I follow more the music genre, and I think it's not any gender based. Like, so for example, when I listen to something, I listen to the content with the song and the vocalist. But when I say vocalist, it could be a male or a female.
Yeah.
But I never think of it in terms of sex, in terms of like that's a female vocalist. Every now and then, you get a real shock and go, oh my God, that's a great voice,
Yeah.
But then they've got great voices in many different nuances kind of thing. And some of the ones that I'm really inspired by are like, it could be a female folk singer or something like that just kind of like kind of talks and very soft. And I get super inspired by that. And then I get inspired by somebody who's outrageous, like I love Eddie Vedder. I love
Eddie
like
Vedder.
Lane
That's
Staley.
the reason why I started to play
And,
ukulele. Yeah.
So I listened to, like I was listening to Hard Rain, Eddie Vedder singing acoustic Hard Rain the other day.
Yeah, it's on the
Into the Wild.
Yeah.
And so they're the type of things that I go for.
Yeah.
I go for the freedom in the song. Yeah. That's a good way of saying it. You go for the freedom in the song, and then it's genderless, not genre, but genderless. And then so I never think about it whether they're male or female, but I love where people's commitment come in and where their inspiration is. And that's what inspires you. That's what motivates you.
Yeah.
That's what makes you wake up and go, this is who I am. This is what I connect with. And it's incredible.
Yeah, and it makes you do things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what we need in the world. We inspiration more so than example. We need inspiration rather, well, that's a great singer, because I don't believe we live in an age of great singers anymore. I believe we live in the age of it's trend, it's style. Everyone can do scales and sing, soul or sing pop or stuff like that. But
scales where I do like on my channel I do reviews and reaction videos and all that, and some other stuff as well. But as I've listened to music all over the world, like I don't I like to listen to music without genres, and that's why I like all over the world, like and what I've learned that it's the native things are always the best things.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like
Yeah.
from Australia as well. I native instruments from
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah.
It's just awesome, and
I think anything. Oh, sorry.
yep. No.
No, I was just going to say that anything, it's got to be true. When it's true, it comes through.
Yeah.
You know, when
and you can hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a question. It's just, it comes from another place, and that's why you can't fake it. You can't fake something. You know, you can do a really good job of being impressionable, but as Johnny Cash says, there's imitators and there is originators.
Yeah.
And you can be original no matter what you're doing.
What do you think about the modern music and about the modern way of making music? Like nowadays, you don't release like full albums. You only release singles, and the music business, and like you have the with your husband, you have the band.
Perfect Blue Sky.
Yeah, which is a great band as well, and. But what do you think all of this music, like music business-wise?
Yeah, it actually really isn't a music business anymore, if I may say. It's a media
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
It's a media industry, and it's a lifestyle media industry. So it's changed so much, and it's very trend driven and very sort of auto tuned and pop music. And popular music is pop music, so to speak.
Yeah,
and it's trend driven.
In my opinion, the term pop music have changed from the 90s.
Yeah.
From like in that opinion that is nowadays you don't release albums.
They just release the
you
singles.
know what I mean.
Yeah, they used to do that way. They used to just release single after single after single and then put it onto an album and create an album. And then there was albums which became more of a journey and a story.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that is good to be conscious of is the fact that like it was fantastic tonight because people listen. They really connect, and I think that's with the Finnish audiences. They're very good at coming and supporting a show, and they sit and listen. They're not sitting on their phone every 30 seconds, you know, like and looking back at the screen because their attention span's gone. But for most people, for a lot of people, that it's instant gratification. So they don't have the patience all the time to listen right through to the song to find out what you. So of course it's single after single after single, and it's something they relate to, but they haven't got the patience to earn their way through an album. You earn the listening time, you earn the story, you earn the artist, you earn these things, and that's what like bands like the classic bands like Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin, and that they had followers like everywhere, and everybody knew every word to every song, every guitar riff, every drum fill, John Bonham. But and that was a whole legacy in itself. Those albums, they carried people through their life. That was the soundtrack of their lives.
Yeah.
But now we don't have
Earning
that. You earn yourself. You earn yourself through the band and what you love and what you connect with, and you can go back and visit
Remember that.
You can go back and visit that song and remind yourself of who you are through that song. And I think that's super important. And we don't have that today because everything is so instant gratification. Yeah. So we lose the value of where we are, the sense of where we are. It's like, oh, I like this song. It's really great.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and it's sad because it's just I feel that it doesn't give you any satisfaction, doesn't give you any deep satisfaction. Everything is just fun.
About the money.
Yeah, and it's just about instant gratification, and I think it's sad because we find ourselves relating to people the same way. We relate to people through our telephones. We don't sit one to one and earn our way with friendships.
You know, I the first time I heard your gig, I just you were doing Nirvana at the.
I tried, yeah.
I tried, but it was better than Nirvana. Like my best album of all times when Nirvana did the acoustic show.
Yeah, the MTV.
Yeah. And then out comes you, and you did that rasp sound.
Oh, I think they're giving us the call. All right, yeah. All right.
Yep.
No, but just to finish what I was going to say, I think the thing is when something is raw and live, and it's got dynamic, the dynamic grabs you, and you go with the journey, and I think that's like Nirvana and all those. They had that fresh dynamic, you know. It was manic, it was soul, it was manic, it was fragile, it was all the things. It was the intimacy of being fragile and dynamic and in your face, and you know, everything that is is extreme.
It's real.
Yeah, it's what you feel.
Like the plastic of today.
Yeah, I just feel that now we don't have time to experience stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what somebody once came up to me in the audience and said, "This is an experience. I love to feel this experience." And I've never forgotten that, because that's the journey you go out every time, and you want to, if you experience it and you connect, the audience is the backdrop to that experience. They help you create that situation. So it all works together.
Life. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody works together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, I suppose.
But anyways, this has been an awesome
thank you.
handshake.
Thank you for
with the
inviting me
KITTO here, and I will put the links to KITTO's. They are all in the description, and it was an awesome show here in our little town. And hey, I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you for the video. Yes.